Welcome to REMelations. We're your hosts.
I'm Mindy.
And I'm Brooke. REMelations is a dream interpretation podcast where we read listeners' dreams, from nightmares to the just plain bizarre. Join us as we give you our comedic interpretation of your fucked up REM cycle. This week I have a dream from Gloria about split-level homes and a creepy home invader.
We also have listener cat naps that have to do with pink mopeds, jogging devils, parking cars in wedding dresses, and of course, dreaming in the opposite gender. And you're not going to want to miss our topic of the week, which is lullabies. Do you remember one from your childhood? We're going to talk about them, why they exist, and why they're culturally important. All right, bestie. So lull yourself to sleep with the melodic tune of REMelations, and let's get started.
Woo!
You should try it a little more quiet this time.
I should.
What was that? I barely heard it. It was not the typical Brooke. Whoa.
Woo.
Whoa. Okay. We shall begin.
Do you know what I heard about Om recently? And I don't know if this is true or not, but you know how people always do, like, in meditation, Om?
Yeah.
It's supposed to be, and I didn't look this up, but I heard someone say it's supposed to be like all the noises in the world in one. And that's why it's like supposed to be calming or peaceful. Like Om is like every noise you can make.
I'm at peace.
I'm at peace. I feel like just keep.
Thanks, Yogi. Thanks, Yogi.
You're
Brooke.
welcome. It's probably wrong, but
peace. It works in my mind.
I like it in my mind
I'm
too.
gonna go do a sukhasana to a down dog. I'll be right back.
I'm doing a cobra.
Yeah, I always love cobras. So good.
Alrighty.
All right. Are you ready to get this show on the road?
Let's get the party started.
I didn't get my usual red wine. It's something different, so it's okay.
Are you not happy with it?
It's always nice to... No, I'm okay with it. Like, I've had this one before, but it's not my go-to.
It's not your
fave. My go-to. So it's a little more like tart, my other one. But it's going to make me zingy, so watch out. Zing zang. Okay.
I love it.
I'm ready.
This is a dream from Gloria from Hoboken, New Jersey. I love it.
Gloria.
Okay. She gives us a little background first, so let me tell you that.
Great.
Last night I had a pretty simple nightmare that wasn't nearly as scary as many others I've had, but for some reason had me afraid to go back to sleep. Guess what? It's going to be a nightmare. Spoiler alert, this is a nightmare. I dream very often, and they're all pretty vivid. Most of them end with me lucid dreaming and having control for a while before waking up shortly after. That's super cool. I would say 75% of my dreams are nightmares. That's not as cool.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
That is. I don't like those percentages.
No, those aren't good. And since I have them so often, I'm kind of used to it, and I'm able to wake myself up to stop them.
That's very cool.
I guess that's awesome, but I wish,
I'd
Gloria,
like that.
You weren't having nightmares 75% of the time.
That's too many times.
It's too many, but here we go.
Okay.
It was nighttime, and I was in the living room with my mom and dog. Someone knocked on the door, and I instinctively grabbed my dog and stood at the top of the stairs. I live in those houses where as soon as you walk in, there's stairs that go up and stairs that go down. We all know, like a split level, baby.
Yep. Gotta love it. Gotta love the 50s, 60s, whatever that 60s-ish. Yeah. Very. Like who came up with that design?
And is there a reason for
when you walk in the door, you want to make a decision?
Yeah, that's a decision right there. And there's no space. There's maybe like a little landing. So you can't even like hang up a coat, or it's all just shoes, or...
Both my sister and my niece live in split levels. And I just, it's
Don't make me choose, people.
Don't make me choose.
That's rude.
Does it save on basement?
I don't know what the benefit is.
I don't.
If it's, I mean,
I don't know. Construction workers. Hey, besties out there that are in home construction. Let us know the benefits of a split level other than just annoyance.
I really want to get an annoying house. I'm going to get a split level.
Yes. Anywhere you got to go. You got to go up
or down. You can't. You have to choose right away. And I watched as my mom answered the door. There was no one there. Without it being said or explained, we both knew someone must have snuck into the house upstairs while we answered the door.
Just a ghost or just very fast person?
Maybe both. Who knows? Well,
what's that over there? Just going. They made a decision at the landing. They went upstairs.
They went up. They chose up.
Maybe they didn't want to make the decision. That's why they were so quick. They were so quick. They're like, invite themselves in.
I have to do this right away.
Decide.
I can't make my pros and cons list for this one.
Too much.
So we both start to go upstairs and look around to see what or who was there. I don't know if I agree with that method. I might wait outside for a little bit.
I would go down the stairs and back out.
We both didn't find anyone, but my mom said she heard someone talking about random stuff as if they weren't making any sense. I don't like that either.
Okay.
She couldn't find the source of the voice, so we go back downstairs, and then my boyfriend calls me on FaceTime. He asked me what's up, and I explained to him how someone snuck into the house. We just can't find them.
If he's a good boyfriend, he's going to be like, get the fuck out.
He should have said that.
Now.
He should have.
And I will call the cops.
But instead,
run.
I go back upstairs by myself to search with my boyfriend who's still on FaceTime. I'm going through the closets and kind of making a mess of things and start to head downstairs after not finding anything. Then I hear a deep male voice say, yoo-hoo.
No. No. No.
Go bye-bye.
No.
I turn and see pitch black fingers wrapped around the door, slowly opening it.
Oh, no.
No.
I don't like it.
I don't like it, by the way. I hear my boyfriend go, what was that? Oh, now he's concerned? Not like get out of the house. Now he's concerned?
Right. Let's go check it out.
And I start to head back downstairs, but feel my legs are like Jell-O. Here we go. Here we go.
That. Yep. Mm-hmm.
My heart dropped to the bottom of my chest, and it was beating so hard. I tried to yell out for my mom, but it feels like the wind was knocked out of me. I could physically feel that presence, and it almost felt like it was just so close behind me. Almost like that feeling you'd get as a kid when you have to turn off the lights and run up the stairs before the darkness gets you.
Yep.
We've all played that game.
My teenager still plays that game. Actually, when she's at her dad's house, she'll FaceTime me so she doesn't have to go downstairs by herself.
I love it. It's a good game.
I don't know what I'm going to do on FaceTime again. Like I can't
help you. I can only watch in horror if something does happen.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
I know that feeling. Yeah.
I can see my mom as I'm trying to speak, but my throat and chest hurt so badly. Nothing comes out, just air.
Yeah.
And then I woke up.
Ooh.
Gloria.
I don't love that one. I don't like that one.
Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, either or.
I don't like it. I found it interesting, and we can kind of start bit by bit, but of course it starts in a happy home. Like what dream ever starts that
Mom's
way?
there.
We're just hanging out.
What's our t-shirt we need? Why does it always start in my childhood home?
Why? Why
my childhood home?
And it is funny because I did mention one of the first things I thought when I read this dream was, I know we joked about it, but was the split level. Because it's like immediately in the dream a decision needs to be made.
Yes.
But it's not really her decision. But it's still like the first thing, the door opens and it's like up or down, up or down. And are you going to follow it up or are you going to follow it down? It's like just already there's choices. And I don't think...
Well, that evil presence went up.
It went up. Like, I don't really think it's like
down.
a factor in the dream, but it's just... those details
It's an
do matter.
interesting point,
Yeah, those details do matter. So, like, decisions need to be made in Gloria's life, I feel like. Obviously, she's struggling with something. And then, like, unspoken understanding between her and her mom, like, they both felt it.
Yeah.
That feeling, you know, that makes the hair stand up on the back of your neck, and just that paranormal sensitivity, I guess.
Something is up.
Yeah, it was creepy, but at the same time, it was then gibberish. I'm sorry.
I forgot about that part. I always forget. Sometimes I forget as we get on.
You're like,
as we move on, I remember the bad stuff. I was like, I forgot about that.
It's just so creepy. Ooh. It's like talking in tongues. Right. You think of demonic energy, you know?
And I wonder if she's trying to receive a message, and maybe, or her mom, you know, or someone she's close to, and the message isn't getting through.
Yeah.
Whether it's something from beyond, or if it's something in their waking life that they're not accepting a message into their realm.
Well, we're on the same page here, Mindy, because I actually put, what message is Gloria not hearing or understanding in real life? But also, why did her mom hear it and she didn't? Because they were like looking together. So I think that's like a sign, like you should really be paying attention to something, Gloria. Like something is there and you just might not be going at it the right way.
It's not clear.
Yeah, it's not clear exactly what.
Get out that. What's that little horn in the olden days they used to put up to their ear instead of a hearing aid?
What?
It's just what? You know, in the olden days, before they had hearing aids, they put like a little cone to their ears so they could hear things. No, just me. Okay,
just you.
Okay, or Gloria, you gotta turn up those
horns, those cones. Turn up your cones.
Turn up your. It's.
I believe you. I believe you.
I'll post a picture of it when we post this on the blog. I will post a picture of this.
I believe
you,
Mindy.
So I am not insane. Okay.
I would love you even if you were. The thing that I found so weird about this dream, because it is a nightmare, and don't get me wrong, there are plenty of creepy things that happen, and it's not a good situation, but I feel like everyone is kind of like so nonchalant about the whole thing. Like, yeah, super scary stuff, but both the mom...
Why stay?
Gloria and even the boyfriend are like, we'll just go check. And like the boyfriend doesn't like suggest, hey, maybe you should get out of the house. No, let's go look on FaceTime.
Call
like everyone's just kind of like, yeah, there's obviously something evil and crazy and scary in here.
There's something wrong.
Let's just kind of
It's okay.
I just felt it was very just lackadaisical.
It's almost like tempering down, like whatever is not right. Something that's offsetting is they're just kind of like sweeping it under the rug. Like, you know,
if it gets us, it gets us. I don't know what it is, but we'll see. And that making a mess, she said while she was searching. So I think, again, this kind of ties back to what's Gloria misunderstanding in real life? What changes does she need to make to be more organized? Like, she can't find what she's looking for. And there's this mess, but it seems like
I think you gotta go back to the pro and con list, like you said.
Let's get our dry erase board out. I want to get my pros and cons list.
Get your Sharpie out, your ugly beige Sharpie, and let's go through the pros and cons. Ugly beige Sharpie right here, and I'm still mad at it. It's the worst mystery color of Sharpie of all time. If you were on our sleepover squad, you would have seen Brooke's extreme disappointment in her.
It was it was a horrible day for us all.
She almost, I think I saw it too.
I maybe did. Oh, but instead of looking for something that she knows is bad for her, maybe what Gloria needs to do is kind of the opposite of what she's been doing. Like whatever she's doing in real life, it's not working. She's still worrying about this. So maybe she should be leaving instead of searching. I mean, maybe that's like a relationship, like you kind of know deep down, you know it's not right, but you still kind of fight for it or search for it. But I don't know, that's just a guess.
Or a job. Or anything. Yeah, anything along those lines.
Just kind of a cycle of making the wrong choices for this same problem that she's been having. I feel like she's just not finding the right way to deal with it. The part I didn't like was the yoo-hoo. Oh, I did not like that part. I mean, it's such a creepy combination, this like scary voice with almost like a farcical greeting, like, yoo-hoo, but like, ooh, I don't know. It was just really creepy.
Yeah. It's like the wolf in sheep's clothing.
Exactly.
It's like trying to be playful, yet we know
You're
it's
like,
not.
you can feel
it's not good.
A difference between
something's off.
Playful or if something is off a little bit.
Yeah.
Then we got Jello legs. I mean, who hasn't had Jello legs?
Typical. I mean, you can have sand legs, you can have water legs, you can have Jello legs.
Any kind of legs.
Slinky legs. All kind of legs are accepted.
But they just don't, as long as they don't work, we accept whatever kind of leg situation you're having.
Bessie, let us know. What is the feeling that you say?
Yes.
Like, or sleep.
Mine's always Jello-y. Like, I've had dreams.
Yeah, mine are like running through water.
Or like trying to swim through water and it gets like a Jello-y consistency. Things like that. So I get the Jello legs.
No progress there.
Is that a new dance? Jello legs? Maybe we'll make a new dance. Jello legs.
Jello legs.
Get those Jello legs,
Jello
ladies.
legs.
Get those Jello. Okay.
Look for that on our new single.
We have to release our CD. One day we'll have a
really
REMelations
should.
CD.
We really should.
It'll have some guided meditation to help you fall asleep. Then it'll have some of our original songs.
Only $19.95
through present
and $6.95 shipping and handling. Cash on delivery.
No cash on delivery. That doesn't exist anymore, does it?
No, but isn't it funny that it did at one point?
Like people were so trusting.
Bestie, or young besties.
Young besties.
You used to be able to order something from a mail order catalog or a phone call or a TV and order it, and then they would trust that you would pay cash once you got it.
Yeah. Just like it's called cash on delivery. Like she said, COD.
Cash.
It was actually called COD. Like, wow. That wouldn't fly today.
Nope. Who has cash anymore anyways? Sorry to hijack. Go ahead.
That's okay.
I'm still thinking Jello
really
legs.
The end of the dream is just, we've got the Jello legs, but we've got everything else that you would expect to happen in a nightmare. We've got the running but stuck, the creepy black fingers opening a door, the yelling out for help, but you have no voice and you can't breathe. And she was very clear that she could feel that the presence was there, like right behind her.
Yeah.
And that's I feel like such a hopeless feeling in a nightmare, you know, where you're like, there's no way I'm getting out of this one.
It's just breathing down your neck.
And it's like, if she has nightmares so much of the time, what changes does she need to make? Are there changes in her life, or does she mind the nightmares, or are they really telling her something? But my biggest question about this whole dream is, she said she is a lucid dreamer and she can wake herself up, but this dream she couldn't. Why? Why could she not control whatever was happening in this one when she can in so many others that she has?
Yeah.
One, like I said,
let us know, Gloria.
That didn't seem so outrageous. This wasn't terrifying. I didn't like a lot of parts of it. But for her to say that she has really vivid dreams and this is the one that like stuck with her, it must have been, that presence must have just felt very, very strong for her, because it has stuck with her.
Very
and
heavy.
she wasn't able to get herself out of this dream, which is odd.
Horrible.
Oh, Gloria.
But
thank you.
Great dream, Gloria. Yes, thank you for sharing. And if you're looking to share your dream, you know how you can do that, bestie? It's by going to REMelations.com/support. There you'll find different ways to support the show. But even more than sharing a dream, another way you can support our show is if you're in the Chicagoland area or somewhere in the Midwest, or just want to hop on a plane. We are doing a live show live at the Dark Matters Podcast Festival in Elgin, Illinois on February 24th at 7 p.m. Tickets are available at the door. They're only $10. You get to see multiple live podcast shows, including ours.
Hello.
So please, if you're looking for some fun on a Saturday night, come see us live. And you can find those details at REMelations.com/live.
Yay.
And if you can't attend live, you can always catch it on our sleepover squad. Don't forget that.
Excellent. All right, besties, it's time for catnaps. This is time of our show where we read. Meow. Did you give me a meow? Meow.
I did.
We read through a bunch of dreams. They might be short dreams, one-sentence dreams, dream stories. We just try to read through them. We don't analyze them too much. We just want to hear as much from our besties out there as possible, so thank you for submitting them. Do you have one to get us started, Mindy?
I do, and this is Mary Kate from Charlotte, North Carolina. She begins by saying, this is a recurring nightmare.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
We're staying on the nightmare train, I guess. I keep having a dream that it's my wedding day. I'm getting married in October.
I like it.
Oh, so we got a wedmare. We call these wedmares.
Oh, wedmares. Oh, I bet there's lots of wedmares.
There are lots of wedmares. I mean, Mark and I have wedmares just being wedding photographers.
Oh, I bet you do.
Wedmares. I forget my camera.
You have sympathetic wedmares.
It happens so much. I do. Such an empath. I feel my bride's pain, wedmares. Weird, it's like synced. All right, Mary Kate says, I'm having a dream it's my wedding day, and I'm moving a car in a parking lot.
Oh, that's a lot to do on your wedding day.
Sure, I know. So is her dress
is
on
she
yet?
pushing it in her dress?
I always somehow accidentally hit another car by pressing the wrong button, hitting the gas instead of the brake.
Maybe you should retake driver's ed.
Are you 85 and in front of a subway?
Or are you 8 with your mom's high heels on trying to push the pedals?
In tonight's dream, it was the first time I dreamt I killed a pregnant woman and her baby.
Yikes.
Wow. Okay, that took a turn.
That took a bad turn.
Not sure if it's an important detail, but their license plate said Louisiana. In the dream, I am hysteric. The police officer is being mean and insulting my intelligence.
You dumb bitch. You go around killing people every day. Rude.
Well, if you push the gas instead of the brake, I mean, I would kind of question the intelligence a little bit too.
Have a refresher.
I'm not going to lie. And then my mom is mad at me for ruining her car. It's not even her car. It's my fiance's mother car who passed away in January. Weird. I always wake up from this nightmare feeling horrible since my dreams always feel so extremely real.
Oh, God, I don't...
But remember, this is on her wedding day, too. We have to take that into context. This recurring dream is she keeps getting in car crashes on her wedding day, and then she kills someone? That's going to put a damper on the dancing.
She's like, they're recurring, but this is the first time I've ever killed someone. That's horrible. What happened this time? Why did it change all of a sudden?
It's just stress. I mean, it's not surprising that wedmares exist, or, or in the serving industry, they're called wait mares. Anything where you're having a lot of stress about a job or an upcoming thing, it makes sense. But, I would just retake driver's ed maybe.
Yeah. Can't hurt.
A refresher, like Brooke said. Yeah.
We'll get you one of the simulators. You can practice in your living room.
I don't know if kids do simulators anymore. When we were in driver's ed, it was like a little. It was like a computer. It was a big machine.
Yeah, it's like a pod. You sat inside.
Like a pod. Yeah.
With a seat and
a
seat steering
belt. Wheel.
You had to put the seat
with
belt
a little screen in front of you and then you had to watch out for the ball rolling across the street
or car door opening while you're driving down the street. There was the one where every season happened. It was summer and it was great.
Winter.
And then you're like, okay, well, it's fall. There's some slippery leaves. And all of a sudden it was winter and it was like a total nightmare.
Shit show.
It was like everything was going wrong.
So I'm curious, Bestie, have you ever taken a driver simulation test or a driver simulation when you were trying to get your driver's license? Let us know if it was just an us thing.
Is that a Midwest thing? Is that
everywhere?
An age thing?
I don't know.
Let us know. You don't have to tell us how old you are. We're both in our early 40s. So if that helps, tell us, is this a regional thing, an age thing?
Maybe that's why we have so much anxiety as our generation. Maybe it was because of things like
that. Because of simulator? Because I know at least in my class, they would yell out the score of each person. They'd be like, it's Smith, Frail,
12,
Jones, 78, and I'm like, oh.
Althouse, 99.9, because you were always the A+ student. No matter what we did in school, you always beat me in grades.
Which was weird. And I know we're not going to talk about the roller skating, but it wasn't just roller skating. It was like I would come up under pressure
roller skating
for those those last tests you would take at the end of each unit. And I
don't know how you did it.
Kicked the soccer ball in between the cones like a champion one. It's like the pressure hits and I can do something for like
You're gold.
5 seconds. And then that's it.
It's amazing. All right, Brookie, do you have one for our besties?
Well, let's continue with the nightmares since that's what we're on right now. This is Emily from Decatur. Not sure if it's Illinois or Georgia or somewhere else. I just woke up from a nightmare. I was being chased by a man I've never met or seen before. He had a name, too. No. Jeffrey Bombas. I think that's just so interesting.
I was not going to say Dahmer, but...
No, but okay. Like this person in her dream, she knows his first and last name, but has...
Incredible.
Yeah, I think that's pretty awesome.
You know, when I woke up, if I woke up the next morning, I am for certain Googling Jeffrey Bombas.
I'm like, who the hell is Jeffrey Bombas and why is he in my dream?
Does he live in Decatur? Because I want to know.
And if he does, then you need to move to another Decatur. Get away from Jeffrey Bombas Decatur. He's no good. He was trying to kidnap me. See, I told you he was no good, that Jeffrey Bombas.
No good.
I kept running through the streets and crowds and marching bands. Did I miss something in the dream earlier? Nope, I guess there was just marching bands. It's just a happy town, Decatur, where there's just a parade every day or something. And buildings all with people I know in each area. Okay. I kept asking for help, but was getting minimal. For example, one friend told me to run. Then she started singing a show tune about the government to distract everything. I'd like to hear this show tune. I
hope it was from Hamilton.
I like show tunes. I'm thinking it's in the realm of something from Chicago for some reason. I'm just feeling Chicago vibes.
The government, though. The government. Yeah. What does Chicago have to...
I don't know. It's just... I feel like there'd be a jazzy little number in there.
With Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Yeah, I love...
Hashtag...
What does Catherine Zeta-Jones dream?
Zeta. Did you say Zeta or Zeta? Which way does it go?
Both, I
think.
Did
I say it wrong?
No.
Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Zeta.
Let us know.
Zeta, what do you dream, baby? What do you dream?
Zeta, baby.
Zeta, baby.
Incredible. Everyone in the cast of Chicago, the musical, incredible. But
well, after the show tune, Emily just wants to know, what does it all mean? And I'm really scared to go back to sleep, she said. Yeah. I don't know if I'd want to be part of Jeffrey Bombas' kidnapping scheme.
Nope. I'm going to put a sign in my front yard that says, no Jeffrey Bombas allowed.
I'm going to make a t-shirt that has like the Ghostbusters, circle and have Jeffrey Bombas with the line through it. And no one's going to understand that. They're like, who's Jeffrey Bombas? I'm like, if you don't know, you should really be listening to REMelations.
You should really just watch out for him because he's kind of creepy.
Creepy Jeffrey Bombas. Thanks, Emily.
No, there's probably a real Jeffrey Bombas somewhere.
God damn it.
I'm going to sue the fuck out of this show.
I'm sorry, real Jeffrey Bombas. We didn't know. We're just reading a dream.
We're talking about dream Jeffrey Bombas. All right. Well, moving on, I've got Maisie, which I love the name Maisie.
That's cute.
From West Liberty, Kentucky. In my dream, the devil returned. And there was this little thing on the local news about it, about how he had chosen to move. It's just like the end of before the sports segment.
Just so you know, the devil's back, and the weather this weekend's going to be hot.
And the Bulls won. The weather's going to be hot. Nice one. Good job. So he had chosen to move to my town and was suspected to be living somewhere in the wealthy North End neighborhood.
Woo, North End devil.
He had already broken the window in some local business, but the business owner being interviewed on the news was nonchalant. He's like, He's the devil. That's what he's supposed to do.
He's a rapscallion. He's a hooligan. What do you expect from the devil? That he's going to come paint your fence? No.
He was generally just being an asshole. Thank you. I love that. In my dream, my husband told me to post on our town's subreddit about the devil getting into an argument with someone at the grocery outlet parking lot. Apparently, the devil...
Oh, God, that's not where you want to get in an argument.
Well, you know how
lots of eyes watching.
Those Facebook groups, the neighborhood watches, the subreddits.
They're all paying attention and they're all ready to post.
That's right. They're gonna call you out on your shit, devil man, Mr. Satan.
Lucifer,
you're at it again. Can you just calm down a little bit? You just
Can
moved
you
in.
just calm down for a second? Jeez. Give us
I thought you were
a
saying
goddamn
Jesus.
second.
Jesus. He's like,
Jesus
no,
Christ.
not that one. Not that word.
Not that one. Don't say that guy's name.
So at the grocery outlet parking lot, apparently, I feel like I should be reading this in the newscaster voice.
Yes, please. Go like this.
Apparently, the devil had been taking shopping carts from the cart return and positioning them behind the cars to make it difficult for people to back out of their parking spaces.
He was just being an asshole. You're right. That's just a shitty thing to do.
It's not like he's setting fires or murdering people. He's just being being a dick.
Being a dick.
Then the scene switched, and my husband and I were walking by a lake.
Lovely.
I saw the devil approaching, and he was jogging, wearing some spandex workout clothes.
God damn it, he's still there?
Are they red? Please tell me they're red.
They have... I could see, like, red with, like,
but
orange flames.
Shiny red. Shiny red.
With, like, orange flames.
But, dude, he's still being a dick. He's got to be, like, the workout guy, right?
He's like, I'll show you. I can run.
He was a normal dude, just red with horns. He jogged by without issue. And I noticed each of his footprints were made of red staples driven into the ground. Strange. So, he's got like endless supply. He's got staplers in his shoes as well, or?
I mean, he's got all kinds of tricks.
Man, we're not done yet. I looked over my shoulder and I saw him waving his arms and scaring off a rare falcon that some people were trying to photograph. Be gone! Be gone, falcon! I'm the devil.
Here, falcon. Hey, wait, devil! I'm trying to take a picture of this.
Can't you see I'm wearing red spandex, running and leaving staples as I go? Please, be gone.
Be gone!
The falcon had a mouse in its claws. He disappeared around the curve of the path. Suddenly, through the trees came a great cloud of chattering and screaming white birds. I think they were common fairy terns, which I have seen on nature shows.
What?
Maisie calls it a common fairy terns.
Fairy tern.
Fairy tern. I don't know.
Never heard of them, but they sound beautiful.
As they flew out over the water, I could see the flock was in the shape of an angel. I said,
oh my gosh.
I said something like, wow, I guess him scaring off the falcon was one step too far. The flock of birds arranged into a wheel of 6 spinning wings in the center of the patch of blue sky. I felt anticipate this so much. This is so much, Maisie.
This is so much detail. I'm trying to keep up.
I felt appreciation and joy, and then I woke up.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Nicely.
That was a journey.
That was a journey. I mean, with the devil, I didn't think it would end up that well, but it was a fine dream. It was just fine.
I mean, he was a little bit of a dick, but he was not.
I mean, what do you expect?
Too bad.
I mean, it was like pranks mostly. It was like high school
He's
boy.
like, he never grew out of high school. He's like that jock that he's still talking about the football game back in 97.
He's laughing about farts. I mean, we all do, but
we all know
really laughing.
Yeah, well, moving on.
This is Katie from Provo, which is Utah, right? I think Utah.
Sure.
We're still on a run here today, Mindy. Guys, I just had the actual scariest dream. Tell me what it means, please. So I was taking a nap with my headphones on, and I heard my mom call me twice while I was dreaming, and she actually did in real life too. I woke up to a beautiful sunset. What are you doing where you're waking up at sunset? I want that job.
That's called being a teenager.
Till sunset. I guess it is what it is. Well, yeah, because I tried to FaceTime my mom to show her, and the FaceTime button would not work. This is sounding like a very scary dream, Katie. My music on my headphones was getting so loud, I had a panic attack in my dream because everything felt so wrong. I then realized I was still sleeping, and I felt like I was trapped inside my own body.
Yeah.
That's like one of my biggest fears is to have sleep paralysis.
You're half sensory aware and you're half not. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I don't like that. I couldn't move or talk, but I heard crying and screaming so loud, and the music was still playing.
I'm wondering
loud
what song
too.
it is.
I know what song
does she
it
go on to
is.
say?
She says, I'm just not familiar with it. Maybe you are. Cardigan by
Of course I am.
You answered so quickly.
Come on. Cardigan, and it's actually a trilogy of songs. If you listen to it, it's quite amazing because it's 3 songs she wrote that all go together. That one's from the perspective of the high school girl who got cheated on. One is from the perspective of the guy who did the cheating, and then one is from the perspective of the girl who was just the fling. And it's really brilliant, if you think about it, to write 3 songs and then not really reveal it's the same story from 3 different perspectives.
No, I think that is pretty brilliant. So, I'm just getting into my TS.
You're getting into your Taylor Swift era, Brooke. It's called your Taylor Swift era. Your Swift era. You're finally getting into it.
My era. But, I should have known. I wanted to save it till the end, but I'm like, I know Mindy's going to ask.
Sorry.
I know Mindy's going to ask.
Love it. Okay,
Of course she knows. But that was still playing loud, too.
Yeah. Okay. So there could be worse songs.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like there could be a lot worse songs. I was trying really hard to wake up, and I would feel myself getting closer, and there would be flashes of my hands being tied up.
No. Taylor would never do that to you.
This is not a video. She would never put this in a video. I remember thinking, this is it. I'm gonna die. It was really terrifying, and I'm kind of scared to fall back asleep later. Yikes.
I think we're going to have to switch the song. I think we're going to have to go something maybe a little more upbeat, perhaps. Pick out another song out of the playlist.
Cardigan's pretty downbeat.
Yeah, downbeat. Yeah. It's kind of sad,
Yeah.
Boyfriend cheating type song. So,
maybe just crank up something else,
Party in the USA. We can switch to Miley. Let's go Miley. Let's go.
We went very different routes. You went to Miley Cyrus. I went to 9 Inch Nails. Yes. Hey, you gotta get out what you gotta get out, and whatever music makes you feel that and gets you that energy and that positivity or whatever just makes you feel good, just jam, people. Just jam. Okay, well, that was it for
Thanks, Katie. Love it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, here I have one from Carmen from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. And actually, this one comes with a title. It says, I dream as me, but never as my birth gender.
Interesting. Okay, let's hear it.
Although I was born a female, when I dream, I'm always a man.
Okay.
To be clear, this has been happening at least since middle school, 6th or 7th grade, and I'm now in my 30s.
Oh.
I wish I understood why this has been happening my whole life. I wonder if anyone else has experienced this. There are lots of posts I've seen on the internet about people sometimes dreaming they're of the opposite gender, but never for their whole lives.
That is very, very interesting, especially since it doesn't seem like, I'm sorry, what was the name?
Carmen.
it doesn't seem like Carmen has any interest in transitioning.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it doesn't sound like it from, the description.
Just the short email
short, but like to have that dream.
Or could it be like a past life experience thing if you believe in...
Or maybe you should be thinking about this, or, maybe it's just a dream. Who knows? Only you know, Carmen.
But I'd like to... I pulled this one because I thought it was so interesting. I really do want to ask our besties. Have you ever dreamt of being the opposite gender of which you are currently associating with? I would love to know. Brooke, have you ever had that?
I haven't had a dream, but I've often wondered what I would do if I was a man for like a day.
Yeah.
Like, what would you be curious about? First thing I'd be doing is taking my pants off and
I would just
playing
really
around. I'm
curious.
sorry. I just need to see how.
I would be curious, like how much I really do think about sex.
Yes, that, and like how easy is it to
go to the bathroom?
Be pleasured, I guess you could say.
Yeah, it would really be interesting to just have 24 hours in a different body.
What does a man's, let's just say it, what does a man's orgasm feel like compared to a female orgasm?
Right.
I'm just so curious.
Now, I wonder, is there ever been a movie where this has happened? Because I think it'd be a great script. TM.
It's gotta be. If not, because, I'm contacting Brett tonight and we're starting it.
Because you have the idea of the mom being the teenager being the mom in Freaky Friday, things like that.
Right, like Freaky Friday.
30 going on 13 going on 30.
There's a vice versa, which is my favorite.
But like, do we have a gender switch movie hit?
We might. If I write it, I'm ready.
Okay. TM. Okay.
Stay tuned. So, I wanted to share a dream that I just recently got from my own brother, Brett, from Dubuque, Iowa.
Brett.
And he told me when I was maybe drinking, and I just want to read it to you how I wrote it down.
Oh, in your notes? Okay.
Me.
Excellent.
Yes, in my notes on my phone.
I'm sure this is going to be coherent.
It's actually pretty coherent.
Oh, good,
I'm really
good.
actually pretty proud. Okay, ready?
Mm-hmm. I am so ready.
Driving on a moped together, Brett in front down Main Street.
Well,
so I think what that means is my brother's in front on the moped and I'm behind him and we're driving down
cruising down Main Street. Dubuque Main Street.
No helmet.
Oh, well, that's
moped
dangerous.
Pink.
Brooke.
Not moped is pink, just moped pink.
Of course it would be. It must be
I'm
your moped.
taking notes here.
Yeah.
I don't know why he refuses to send me his dreams.
He'll
so
just
like
tell
when he
you them?
actually tells me, I like try to write it down real
Makes
fast.
sense.
But someone on the sidewalk started throwing nails at us.
Oh,
so we had to pull into the Okie Dokie gas station. Like nails.
Like hammer nails or like
hammer nails. Like hammer nails.
That's dangerous. And what towns have Okie Dokies? Or is Dubuque, Iowa the only town that has an Okie Dokie? It's like a convenience store,
gas station.
But it's got a cool name. I'm going to go down to the Okie Dokie.
Does anyone else have that? Yeah, look up to see if there's any other Okie Dokies. But so someone on the sidewalk started throwing nails at us. So we had to pull into the Okie Dokie gas station because it was barely functional and he was spinning on the road. I told him we needed to fill up on gas while we were there.
Sure.
And he shouted, "What for? Our tires are flat. Where the fuck are we going to drive?"
Makes sense.
And then I woke up.
Oh, the Okie Dokie.
Oh, the Okie Dokie. I love it.
Oh my God. I think I'm going to have to name this podcast the Okie Dokie because why else would that? Like only people from our hometown would make any sense of that.
There's never going to, I don't know if there'll ever be another time to do it.
The Okie Dokie.
The Okie Dokie.
Well, they have gas. They have donuts. So my sister and I, when we were younger, the pre-cell phone internet era, because we're old, Brooke.
I'm well aware that we're old, Mindy.
Our entertainment would be to walk down to the Okie Dokie or the Family Mart. There's the Family Mart and there was the Okie Dokie, but The Okie Dokie had the best donuts, so we'd walk down to the Okie Dokie, get donuts.
I didn't get to do any of those fun things.
Because you lived in the sticks.
I lived in the boonies,
and I lived on a hill, so I had to walk the down part. The up, the going back home was the shit.
Not as fun. Not as much fun.
All right. Well, I have one more for you tonight, Brooke.
Okay.
Are you ready for this?
Where'd you get her?
This is my latest. No, I've had this one for a while. This is my dream journal. This is my own.
Is she newer?
No. I've had her since. Let's see. The first one was of April of last year. I mean, I think she's run her course. I do feel like I've not been writing down, so I feel like I need a new one. But
I just feel like I haven't seen her before.
So this is my dream journal. She is beautiful. She's if you want to explain it to our besties.
Yes. So this looks like a dream journal that is spiral bound, which is very important to me because I need to be able to flip that front page over, and it is gorgeous, floral kind of
blue color. It's got a little
on a white background, and a little rubber band so you can keep place. Mm-hmm. And let me take a look. Let me take a look inside that bad boy. Are those lines? Are those line pages? Fuck yeah, they are, baby. I knew it.
You're not going to pick a journal without lined pages. You crazy? You crazy, girl?
No, I just wanted to make sure you were not deviating from the pack, like that you were on track with your journaling.
Well, here we go. I'm going to give you a choice. You have pick a number. So we're going to go to my dream journal here. It's been a while.
Pick a number like in infinity?
Pick a number between 1 and 41. That's what page we're going to go to. That's how many pages I have filled out on my dream journal. So this girl.
1 and 41. I'm going to pick 28.
28. Let's see what we got from Mindy's dream journal because it's been a little bit. It's been a minute. All right, here we go. So here's my dream for my dream journal. Brooke, are you ready?
I don't know. Okay.
I was walking through a construction site where they were building a new glass building. The worker that was there was with a kid. The kid was blowing a big bubble with bubble gum.
Okay, I'm with ya.
And then it popped. He immediately starts crying. The adult seems annoyed, but asks why. The kid opens his mouth and pulls out a nail and shows him how his tongue has been split down the middle. The kid has a nail.
Was he throwing nails at me and my brother while we were on our pink moped?
Now we know who the culprit is. Now we know.
Now we know.
You just drove through the construction site, this little asshole, blowing bubble gum and spitting nails. The adult didn't seem to care at all. There was now blood dripping everywhere.
Oh, this isn't as funny.
I thought this guy was a shitty parent. But then some other construction worker came up to us and asked if we could call his real parents. And then I woke up. That's the end? So just a kid blowing bubbles and nails was my dream.
Oh, yeah, like that sentence has been said a lot. Just a kid blowing bubbles and nails.
At the same time.
That's a normal thing to say.
Crazy. So that was one from my dream journal. Well, as fun and interesting as my dreams are, I've got a topic for you today, Brooke.
Okay.
So here's how we're going to start this topic. You ready? Go to sleep, little Brookie. I think she's asleep. Do you have any idea what my topic might be about today?
Mindy, will you call me in like 30 minutes and do that again? Because I felt so relaxed.
Today's
what is
topic
it, Mindy?
Is lullabies.
Okay.
So they're also known as cradle songs. Have you ever, you've heard of it as lullabies, right?
lullabies. I've never heard cradle songs.
Cradle songs. And I'm not sure if it's like a European thing or what, but they kind of go by both things. Lullabies, we heard them growing up. They're a soothing song or a piece of music that's usually played or sung to infants to help them sleep.
Yes.
Now, the purpose of lullabies varies from soothing fussy infants, been there, done that, to keeping infants' attention, to make children sleepy. But there's also some lesser known benefits of lullabies, which include developing language skills and passing down cultural knowledge and traditions.
I love that. Okay.
You know me, I love my etymology, so let's talk about the word lullaby.
What's
lullaby?
What's lulla mean?
It derives from a Middle English word, lullin. So to lull, a lull to pacify, and by meaning near. But there's also some folk etymology here that has a Hebrew background. Lilith Abbey in Hebrew is also another way that this term may have come to be. Now, this is interesting. This is what I found really interesting. The word Lilith, was a demon who was believed to steal children's souls at night in the Jewish Hebrew tradition. So to guard against this, Jewish mothers would hang 4 amulets on the nursery walls with the inscription Lilith Abbey. Lilith, the demon, and then Abbey, to be gone. So lullaby.
Lilith the bee.
Okay. So what was the first lullaby, you may ask?
Yes,
It's been a little while. It's been a hot minute since the first lullaby came into tradition.
It's been quite a few decades.
Maybe a 1,000 or so decades. It dates back to ancient Babylonia, which is modern day Iraq. So let's talk about 4,000 years ago, Brooke. We're talking.
I remember
2000 BC.
Yes,
Or BCE. So there is actually a clay tablet that was found that's about the size of your palm. The writing is in cuneiform script, which is like one of the first forms of writing. And this tablet is still kept today in the British Museum in London. But this is supposedly the first lullaby ever recorded 4,000 years ago.
Let's hear it.
So let's talk about the guy who he has a title of archamusicologist. Like that's his job title.
Archamusicologist.
Close. Archamusicologist.
Close.
His name's Richard Dumbill. He says, the oldest lullaby is certainly when the first woman sang to her first child, he says. I'm quite certain that lullabies belong into the instinctive nature of motherhood. So how did these lullabies make it down as far as traditions go? Well, scribes would write them down and sell them to people who were wealthy. They were helpful tips for new mothers and midwives. So these lullabies started off
for the
as
wealthy?
Well, because if you're going to have a scribe, it's very expensive to have a scribe.
You gotta pay a lot to have a scribe, baby.
So these scribes would write down these tips for new mothers and these midwives, and also menacing messages and warnings. But the people who bought them were looking for advice. It's almost like a old-timey Reddit board, Facebook group, baby center.
That could be it. Yeah, same thing.
So, for example, the first lullaby, this tablet that we had from 4,000 years ago, we hear a baby being chastised for disturbing the house of God with its crying and its repercussions. So they were not always happy.
Who doesn't yell at their baby for crying at least once? I'm sorry. This is the lullaby of all parents.
So Richard, the archamusicologist, transcribed this. So according to him, this is the translation of the first lullaby we ever have recorded. Okay. Little baby in the dark house. You have seen the sun rise. Why are you crying? Why are you screaming? You have disturbed the house god, who has disturbed me. Says the house god, it was the baby who disturbed you, who scared me, says the house god. The baby has disturbed you. The baby has scared you, making noise of a drunkard who cannot sit on his stool. He has disturbed your... I like that analogy. Your baby cries like a drunk man.
You're like, it's unrational and you can't control it.
It's like if you and I go out to a bar after a bottle of wine, someone's crying. Yeah, and someone's going to cry.
2 bottles of wines, we're both crying and no one can talk us out of why we're crying.
And the house of God is upset.
At the same time, we don't know why we're crying.
He has disturbed your sleep. Call the baby now, says the house god. So that supposedly in translation was the first lullaby ever written.
It's not a great one.
No, I don't know.
I feel like it's very soothing. It's more soothing, I feel like, to the parents than to the child, right. Don't you?
Yes. But it was the theme of the time to tell the child that he has made a lot of noise and he has woke up a demon, and if he doesn't shut up right now, the demon will eat him. You know, it's kind of like that's how it went back then. Like, shut up, kid.
That's how it went back then.
Lullabies in style are very anonymous. Like, we don't know who wrote them, what they're about, but their creators are like unknown, but we still know the hymns or the melody or the song of it.
Yeah, sure.
Lullabies have a shared rhythmic pattern, including simple pitch contours and large pitch ranges that are usually higher pitches. In generalities, it would be for the mother singing it, so a higher pitch.
I was going to say it would be a more feminine note to it.
Typically, they are in a triple meter or a 6/8 time, which gives them the characteristics of a swinging or a rocking motion, which would mimic the womb of a mother. So a mother walking,
Mindy, you're making me sleepy.
Would give you a 6/8 time, and a lullaby would mimic that same
6/8, Mindy.
I'll give you all 6/8 I got. The other interesting thing I ran across was lullabies almost never have instrumental accompaniments. They're usually just vocal. Infants have a strong preference for unaccompanied lullabies versus ones with instruments.
That's interesting because I have heard that, like, not with infants, but like maybe moving up an age level or two, where they remember things rhythmically more than anything. So that's why there's a lot of songs involved in elementary education, because that rhythm of like, here we go now, this is what we do now, it just sinks in for some reason at that
right, the repetitiveness level of it. Yes. Now, the idea of this dire warning, we're not stepping off of this yet. I'm going to give you a couple examples from lullabies across the world and what their lullaby tales include. So, are you ready to pack your bags,
I know
Brooke?
This is going to be terrifying because I've known other cultures, quote unquote, lullabies, and they can be terrifying. But yes, I'm ready.
Okay, do you have your bag packed? We're going on a world trip. You ready?
I'm going.
Okay, we're starting in Western Kenya with the Lau people.
Yes, okay.
So this song was translated to rock, rock, rock. The baby who cries will be eaten by a hyena.
Yep.
Which could happen.
That sounds about right.
Which could happen in Western Kenya. Okay.
That's a legit concern.
All right.
I don't know why you would use it as a lullaby. I would use it as a song of concern.
But you think about it,
warning,
like
but not as
if you have a young child, like, I mean, why not give them your cultural warnings from a very young age? It just ingrains into their brain. Do not walk away from camp. Do not walk away from our settlement, our community, because you could
will eat you.
And it's just ingrained in them if you start singing to them from a young age.
You know what? You're absolutely right, Mindy. You should start introducing things the younger you can, the better.
Ooh, what do you think we should tell our kids these days?
Kids absorb things.
There's child predators online. Don't
You
share
can't
your personal
say stranger danger
information.
anymore. You can only say
Watch
what
your
is it?
drink.
Something people
Watch
are
your
tricky
back.
people. That you
There's
can only
lots.
say tricky people is what they allow you to say nowadays.
All right. Well, now we're moving to Sri Lanka.
Ooh, one of my places I've always wanted to go.
Okay, well,
been very close, but will never go there because I've been too close so many times. And
We'll make it there. And apologies if I don't get the pronunciation actually exactly correct, but it's doi 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 doya baba.
what is it again?
Doi 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 doya baba.
You're not sure if you got that pronunciation?
Not sure if it's even close. But what this translates to is sleep, baby, where did your mother go? She went to bring milk. The milk pot was drowned in the river. Cranes flew over the river.
What?
What this means is the mother never returned with the milk, suggesting that the mother had drowned in the river.
Oh my God, this is so sad, Mindy.
Okay, we're going to get worse. The next one I'm going to talk about is a Gaelic lullaby called Baba Mi Linabacha Beg. Beg.
It sounds beautiful.
It's from 1848. And this was during the potato famine, Brooke. It's
Ooh.
not a good time.
This couldn't have been happy times.
And this lullaby, I don't have the exact translation, but the song mentions like soft potatoes, the mother's situation, and her fears for her child. So this is just an example of how lullabies sometimes brought in cultural or real life things that were, the moms are just sitting there alone in a room with a child, and they started singing it because that's what they were feeling at the time.
Or like 8 children.
Oh, right.
And
Yeah.
they
It's not just
started
one.
singing.
Right. Yes. Now we're moving to Colombia. There's a cradle song sung by parents to advise children to go to sleep soon. And here's how it translates. Go to
Will you
sleep.
sing it?
I'm not going to sing it. Go to sleep, child. Go to sleep now. Otherwise, the boogeyman will come and eat you.
I wish someone would sing that to me now, and I would believe it. Because
I don't think
then
it'd help
maybe
you
I would be
sleep.
able to sleep.
No, I don't think it would
I
help
think-
you sleep.
I just
You'd be
thinking,
worried.
is the boogeyman coming right around the corner.
The last examples I gave were all bad, but not all lullabies are bad. I'll say that.
Yeah, no.
There's,
yeah.
let's go to the Dutch. So the Dutch have one called, hell. Magic, Magic, Gelert. And it's an older
What was
Dutch.
that?
No, I'm not going to say it again. It's an older Dutch lullaby. Now, my mother-in-law speaks Dutch. That's her native language. So I could ask her to translate this for us, but she's not here this time.
Dutch is an interesting language, but it is very hard to understand if you don't. It's like English.
It's funny. When my mother-in-law would, she speaks to her family still lives in Holland. So she will FaceTime her sister. And she'll be talking to her sister on FaceTime, and then she'll turn to me and she'll speak in Dutch. And I'll be like, Mom, I can't, I don't know what you're saying. You're not, that's
I
not
don't
English.
know.
And so, but she'll go back and forth. Like she speaks it quite fluently. But
I
this
mean, wouldn't
lullaby,
you love to be able to do that? I just
That'd be
wish
amazing,
I
yeah.
knew more than one language
absolutely.
fluently. Yeah.
Yeah. This one translates, this lullaby translates to, look at the moon, peeps, and spies through the window. Have the children already gone to bed? Yes, moon, they are lying in bed. Good, tomorrow will be a new day of playing and learning.
Okay, that doesn't sound so bad.
No, not bad at all. Well, let's move to Hungary.
A lovely one.
Hungary has sleep, baby, sleep, have sweet dreams about the shining stars, about a small boat rocking on the Danube. Sleep, baby, sleep, dream about fairies in a small rocking boat on the Danube. Play with them nicely. Hungary's got it.
Nice one.
Yes.
I like that one.
It goes on,
And
sleep,
it
baby.
teaches to be polite.
Yes, it does. I like that one. That one's it. Okay. Well, let's talk about some that we might know, Brooke. We're going to talk about lullabies from the U.S. and the United Kingdoms, the U.K. region. Something that are English, something we may recognize.
Sure.
Brahms' Lullaby.
Ooh.
Lullaby and good night. Dun, 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 dun. That was written 1868.
Are you serious?
Did you know that? Yeah, pretty old.
I didn't. I thought it was so much more recent than that.
That's the things that are played on. I don't know. When my kids were little, they had like these little aquarium things that sat on their cribs. They had little mobiles. The Brahms Lullaby, very familiar. So let's talk about Brahm a little bit. He fell for a woman. He was a composer, writer, musician extraordinaire. He fell for a woman named Bertha Farber.
Bertha, wow.
They had a little thing, but the spark flickered out after a few years. So he wrote one of his larger pieces, but in part of this larger piece, he wrote a gift for his dear friend Bertha's child. So Bertha moved on. The spark faded out. They remained friends. Bertha got married. She had a child, and so he wrote part of his major orchestra piece for her second child. It was called Brahms' Lullaby. Although there's no confirmation, there are many strong arguments that Brahm himself suffered from sleep apnea. This may have been something that he wrote in his own best interest to help himself fall asleep.
Right. Na, na.
So the original version is this. Good evening, good night, with roses covered, with cloves adorned. Slip under the covers. Tomorrow's morning, if God wills, you will wake once again. Good evening, good night, with angels watched, who show in your dream the Christ child's tree. Sleep now blissfully and sweetly. See paradise in your dreams. Okay, so that was the original. That's how Brahm wrote it. Now, the one you mentioned earlier was Rockabye Baby. Now, that's pretty classic. And the song or the poem Rockabye Baby was first printed in 1765.
Holy shit. And I know it's dark. I know it's a dark
It is a dark one.
lullaby.
It was written in a book of poems called Mother Goose's Melodies.
Mother Goose can be a nasty little thing.
She can be an angry goose. She can be like the white duck that bit my fingers one time. But the lyrics to this one are, Rockabye baby in the treetop. When the wind blows, the cradle will rock. When the bough breaks, the cradle will fall. And down will come baby, cradle and all. Ouch! Ouch, ouch, ouch.
Like, why? Why would you make the baby fall? Like, it's just dark.
Well, let me give you one theory on this one. This is very interesting. It was thought to be written in response to King James II's conversion to Catholicism. So he was a Protestant, and he had moved the country into Catholicism. So it was written as a death wish to his infant son, that he would die and be replaced by a Protestant king. So the wind being a Protestant movement. So Rockabye Baby in the treetop, when the wind blows, the cradle will rock. It was a political lullaby.
Wow.
That was to
I had no idea.
knock down Catholicism in replacement of the older Protestant movement.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
But that's just one theory, though, because of course there's multiple theories when it comes to lullabies because they've been passed down for so long. The other is believed to be an original song from indigenous women who are working in the fields that used to take their babies to work with them and place their cradles in the branches of trees so the wind would rock them to sleep.
Oh my
Now,
goodness.
which is true? We don't know. We don't know.
I've never heard of either, and I've never even thought of either. So this is fascinating.
The other lullaby you may have heard of in the UK or the US is Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. One I used to sing to my kids all the time.
Oh,
It was actually
Mindy.
It was actually a 19th century poem written by Jane Taylor which was later added to a book in 1806 called Rhymes for the Nursery. So that one's a little bit more, I would say, forward thinking. Like, you could be anything you want to be. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. Show your light. Show what you are and shine above everything else. It was more internal. It was more about you as a child, you as an infant, can
you shine.
It's not about doom and gloom like a lot of these old ones were.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct.
I'm going to talk about one more type of lullaby. Ooh. And this is one you might not think about.
Okay.
It's Christmas carols.
Lullabies. Like for baby Jesus?
Exactly. So let's think about some of our favorite Christmas carols. They're actually lullabies for the baby Jesus. Silent Night.
Yes. Little Drummer Boy.
Oh, Holy Night. Little Drummer Boy.
Oh, Holy Night.
All lullabies. They're all the same. They're all just being sung for baby Jesus. Interesting, huh?
Yes.
So let's think about this culturally for a little bit. What are the benefits? Why have we passed down lullabies from generation to generation? From 2000 BC. Like, think about that.
That's a long time.
There's a professor of child psychology at the University of Edinburgh, Carolyn Trevarthen. She says that lullabies help babies sleep, but it can also be educational. And it's very important in the communication skills of children as they develop. Lullabies include intermittent repetitions that are easier for babies' brains to process. So like Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, how I wonder what they are. They're rhyming, they're rhythmic, they are teaching children communication skills before they even are ready to learn.
Exactly.
Now, one of the Swedish lullabies, which is Mor's Lilla Ollie, or Mother's Little Ollie, has 8 different vowel sounds in the lullaby itself. So it's teaching the children all the vowel sounds in one song.
See, it's things like this you don't even realize are happening. It's so fascinating.
It's so fascinating. And it's been happening for centuries. It's always been around because it's worked. It's worked.
It works. That's why it's there.
Now let's talk about the health benefits. There's actually health benefits of lullabies.
Oh.
A study published in the Journal of Pediatrics in April of 2013 found that live lullabies sang to an infant that was premature slowed the infant's heart rate. They improved their sucking behaviors and were critical in their advancement in feeding, and they increased the periods of quiet alertness, and they helped the baby sleep.
That's amazing.
These researchers, it's amazing. It is so interesting, Brooke. These researchers followed 272 premature infants in 11 hospitals and found that the music of lullabies provided by a certified music therapist offered stress relief not only for the infants and helped them growing and getting out of that premature phase, but also helped the parents. It helped the parents stress relief, and it helped the parents associate themselves with the infant's care at this critical stage of their lives.
I love this, Mindy. This is so wonderful.
Just to wrap it up, I mean, there was one study that I saw that, like, what's the future? You know, it's been around for centuries, but, like, what's the future? And if you talk to new moms today, research shows that 31% of moms sing contemporary songs to their children versus lullabies.
Really?
So they could be singing like Justin Bieber or Taylor Swift or Lady Gaga, whatever it is.
Like, I make my own lyrics when I sing my little lullabies. You know, they're
using the same melodic tunes, the same melodic things.
Yes.
Researchers say it doesn't matter what you sing to your kids as long as you feel an emotional connection to the song. It will help your children develop. But there are benefits of singing traditional lullabies. So maybe you want to switch out that Beyonce tune for something like Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. But either way, sing to your children. It's going to stick with them throughout their life. Sing to your kids. Sing to your babies.
I love it.
That, folks, is the history of lullabies.
Lullabies. I'm ready for bed.
The word
now,
itself
Mindy.
sounds like relaxing. Lullaby.
Next time I see you, which is going to be in a few days, I want you to rock me and sing me a lullaby.
I'm going to braid your hair and
Yes,
braid your hair and rock you and sing you a lullaby. Got it.
Please braid my hair, rock me, and sing me a lullaby.
Will do.
I do actually sleep best when I'm at Mindy's house.
You
I
do.
don't know why.
I don't know, because your children aren't here. Your feline children are not here.
My feline children aren't here. My stresses aren't there. I just love it. I love every second of it.
You're gonna have the best sleep. Just coming up very soon. I have been wired at night, and I don't know why. Because I feel like I have a lot of things to do in the next couple weeks until vacation.
Yeah.
So I haven't been able to fall asleep till 1:30, and then I've been waking up at 5:30 to take the kids to school, and so I'm just running on very little sleep.
Empty. You're running on fumes.
No, anyways.
My bedtime has been 4 a.m. and it's been crazy because I'll look at the clock every night and I'll be 4 a.m. is when I finally
That's bad.
and I'll lay down at 10 or 11 and it's just it just doesn't fucking happen. Anyway, how are you doing, Mindy? How's everything going?
I'm tired. But I will tell you this.
Enough, Mindy.
There was, so my youngest daughter did a Galentine's Day party with her friends.
Yes, how did it go?
It was cute.
I saw some pictures.
I did send you some pictures. So my youngest is 15. Well, almost 15. 15 in a couple months.
Oh, I can't believe
freshman in high school. I mean, this is our age when we met. This is insane to think about,
freaks
right?
me out, okay?
This is us. This is us. Really, it's when I look at it.
Us.
So she approached me about a couple weeks ago and asked if she could have a Galentine's Day party. And I said, absolutely. How many girls? What's the plan? And she said, 5 of my girlfriends. Each of them are bringing some sort of dessert, some sort of board. That was the thing.
These girls brought food?
So everyone had a board. So there was a drink board. So one girl brought drinks. One girl brought appetizers. One girl brought desserts. We provided heart-shaped pizzas for the entree, of course.
Oh my God. I just got Subway giant subs for my parties, which were awesome.
I'm sure. That sounds really good right about now. So it was cute. It's a TikTok. They everyone brings a board. Everyone kind of has participates. And we went out and got some decorations. We decorated our basement in pink and red. And it was an overall success. I mean, at this age, they weren't too crazy. I mean, they're in the basement. We're lucky to have a basement.
Fine.
We didn't hear them beyond midnight, so that helped. I think that everyone had a good time. It was fun. It was cute.
Mom, I keep telling everybody, look at what Mindy did. She's the best mom.
It was cute. Yeah, they had fun.
It seems really sweet. Yeah.
What about you? What's going on? What's in life?
I didn't have an exciting Galentine's Day, but I did help my brother. My brother does trivia around town during the week, and he did a charity event on Saturday, and it was so big. He asked for help, and now that I was there, I realized there's no way he could have done this on his own.
Sure.
Because there was 50 tables.
Wow.
And to score everything and to put it in the
sounds like a fun time.
Crazy, but we lost 3 family members from cancer last year, and it was really sweet that Brett told me he cut the price of what he normally charges in half just because of that.
Yeah. Right. Donate
and it was just such a sweet thing to do because it is a lot of work to put together. And we actually didn't fight. It was so weird, Mindy. You
didn't fight with your brother?
I know. My dad was like, you got to help him. I'm like, all right, I will. And then it's no, it worked out very well. Good. It was it was meant to be, but it was stressful because I'm not used to doing fast math anymore, but then once you get used to
5 plus 2 plus 1
it's
plus
only
5 plus
10 questions around, you can figure
94.
this math out.
Yeah, fun.
But it was a great event. They had an amazing turnout, and I couldn't be happier for them. And it was
awesome. So it was a charity event for cancer research.
Someone who had cancer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and they were raising money. Yeah, it was It was just spectacular that so many people came.
Do you have a link we can put in our show notes if anyone wants to donate?
Oh my God, yes, I'd be happy to do that.
Yeah,
Let me get that to you.
We'll get the link. We'll put it in the show notes if anyone wants to donate to someone's cancer fund. Bestie, if you got a dollar or two, anything helps. We'll go ahead and put that in the show notes.
Anything helps.
Yeah.
Anything helps.
Absolutely. I have a gripe.
A gripe? Did you say a gripe?
A grape. It's called a grape, right? A grape. I have a grape.
I'm like, what?
I know no one uses this term anymore. I sound old. I have a gripe, Brooke.
Are you serious? No one uses grape anymore?
I don't think my kids know what the word grape means. I really don't.
I use grape. Okay.
Okay, I have a grape. Right. My grape is, I went to the mall today, and I'm looking.
That's your first problem.
First gripe. And it's not the good mall. It was like a lesser mall in our area.
A lesser
mall. We have a good mall, and this is the lesser mall. We have vacation coming up. I was looking for like maybe another swimsuit to add to my collection, like some sandals, some cute like beachy sandals, maybe a tank top, a nice dress for dinner.
Do you want any Gucci slides?
I want everything you have because I went to this mall and I spent 2 hours walking around this mall and I found nothing. It was like the worst mall trip I've ever taken. And
this is terrible.
I feel like I'm right in between seasons, right? Because
you are
spring break swimsuits clothes are coming out in the next couple weeks. Early March,
right now though.
I am at the end.
And if you
nothing but
done
sweaters
it before like Christmas,
I would have been great.
When everything is on sale.
God, I'm gonna have to go to Amazon, which I hate because
I know
it's Amazon, and I like to try things on, and I can't try it on.
I feel like a lot of times you get like an Amazon size, but it might be for like very different than American sizes.
I will try on like 10 things in the store to find one I might possibly like. So to order 10 things to only have to turn around and return them is a pain in my ass. But it's not horrible. I'm not going to. It was just a waste of time.
It's a good problem to have, actually.
It's not a bad problem.
It's a good problem.
I didn't spend any money, I guess, if anyone wants to take... speaking of spending money, so the resort we're going to... So when you reserve it, they only take out $1 from your account, which is weird.
It's like a gas pump. That's
I know, and they're like and within like 8 to 30 days of your trip, we will take out the rest of it. I'm like, okay, great.
All right.
So then I got a notice that they tried to charge my card for the remainder of our trip and it didn't go through. And I was like, well, I know there's money in that account. I made sure there was enough money to cover it. And so then I had to call the hotel. And then I had to
authorize it like an international transaction?
Yeah, it was like, you were over your daily limit. I was like,
oh boy.
By like $100. And I'm like, come on, Chase, get it together. So I had to have them up my daily limit. So I could get this. It was just, I didn't want to lose my hotel reservation. I didn't want to lose our resort. Okay, anyways, small problems, but that's
I'm excited for you. These are good problems to have.
I know.
So happy for you.
And I'm going to see you in person. I'm going to see you in person in like
I know, so soon.
A week.
I can't wait.
I know. I'm excited too. All right, Bestie. Well, Brooke and I sit here and talk about how we're going to see each other's faces for the next half an hour. We're not going to leave you on the line for that, but we are going to tell you we appreciate each of you listening. And if you want to show your appreciation, you can tell your best friend about the podcast. You can tell a bride on her wedding day who's just trying to move the car about the podcast. I mean, maybe she can do it while she's in the car. Like, before you run over anyone, just put on the radio, pop it into REMelations, tell her about the podcast.
Yep.
You can tell your favorite jogger that you see on the trail, if he's wearing all red spandex and might be the devil, you can tell him about the podcast. He's got time.
It might be, but you don't know for sure.
Nothing but time. Or you can tell your favorite Showtunes singing bestie about the podcast. Hey, friends, that's how we grow. That's how we keep coming back to you each and every week. Thanks, bestie.